Hey, listen, I wanted to ask you, do you worry about your lack of time, the amount of time that you have to do the things that you've set out to do? Listen, this is a pervasive belief in our culture, in our world today. In fact, it's one of the deepest worries and fears that stops people from going after their destiny is worrying about the lack of time that they have. And that worry of the lack of time that you have is one of the most harmful things to you and your future. Now, here's the deal. We all have limited time on this earth. We can't change that. But worrying about our lack of time and worrying and operating in lack instead of abundance because of the lack of time is detrimental on every single level to your destiny, to your calling, to your life, to your health. Worrying about time is the number one reason why people don't build their business, eat right, fitness routines, spend time in prayer, spend time with their family, spend time living their life, because they're spending so much energy. They're taking their energy and essentially, let's say this is a toilet. They're taking all their energy of their life and putting it in the toilet and flushing it by worrying about lack of time and how much time they have left. And any worry of the lack of time that you have is killing you. It is actually causing you to flush your life away. The worry of the lack of time, because you're worrying about the things you can't control. You're worrying about something that you don't have control over. Now, here's the deal. With your health, you can either shorten or prolong your life that you have with health. But worry and stress and operating from stress and fear and lack produces stress hormones, which are toxic to your body. And it's essentially the same as injecting toxins into your body, into your brain, and killing yourself, actually choosing to kill yourself. And that's what worrying about the lack of time that you have does. And operating from that place of lack and abundance and saying, I will never be able to do what I was created for because I just don't have enough time. When in fact, that couldn't be furthest from the truth. The amount of time that you have is exactly the amount that you need to fulfill your calling and your destiny. And worry does not add a single day to your life. In fact, worry about lack of time actually cuts your days out. If you compound the amount of time you spend worrying, complaining, comparing what should have happened, could have happened if you had only done this, deletes days from your life. And actually the stress on the back end, you could actually live healthy, work out every day, eat right. But if you're worried about the time you have, and you allow stress to rule your life, and you allow this lack and perception that it's just not good enough, that your life just isn't good enough, and you're comparing what could have been to the past or comparing your life to somebody else and being ungrateful, it will actually bring more harm to you than not working out, than not eating right. Because the toxins that come in, the inflammation that happens from worry about lack of time kills you far more than any diet or exercise or lack thereof would. I'm not condoning not eating right. I'm not condoning not exercising. These are two things that I love to do. What I am saying is stop worrying. Stop worrying about your lack of time and using a lack of time as an excuse to not live the life that you were created to live, and taking lack of time as an idol and worshiping it, worshiping your lack of time and sacrificing your life to this high esteemed institution of lack of time. And yet so often that's what people do. And they choose to allow lack of time dictate their choices, their decisions, who they talk to, what they do, and create stress and worry. And they operate in this framework of lack instead of abundance, and realize I have exactly the amount of time that I was supposed to have. And instead of worrying, I'm going to just do it. Just do the things that I need to do. Just do the things that I want to do. Not just do the things that everybody else around me says that I should do. Again, that's worry and lack of time, because other people around you don't have the history that you have of your entire life. They don't have the history of what is in your brain. They don't have the vision and the dreams that you have, and the life that you've lived, and the experience and the wisdom up to this moment to tell you what you should do with the time that you've been given. And then I see a lot of people, they take what other people say they should do, and they're worried with lack of time, and they marry the two together, and that's how they live their life. Is based on what other people say they should do and their worry, and they allow those two things to create their life path for them. And then 30, 40, 50 years down the road, they finally come to a convergence and realize, what have I done with my life up to this point? What have I been doing this whole time with my life but worrying? And not living the life that I was made to live, but rather living somebody else's fabrication of my life that they envisioned for me. I'm not saying not to seek wise counsel either. In fact, there's 10, 15 people that I talk to on a regular basis and say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about me doing this? But they're people that I know their body of work shows that they have a track record, because they are where I want to get to, and they give me advice in those areas. A lot of times we take advice from the media, from our friends, from our family, from people that are trying to compete with us and keep us from reaching our destiny so that they can reach theirs. And we allow their opinions, combined with our worry of lack of time, to dictate our life choices. It's time to stop. It's time to stop letting worry, fear, and lack choose your life for you, and choose to live from a place of abundance and joy and peace and happiness, and get rid of all comparison, comparing what should have been, what could have been, what they said I should do, what if only I had done that 10 years ago could have happened. You would have still ended up right where you are right now in this moment. If you had done that thing 10 years ago, you'd still be where you are right now. And so you have a choice to either look back and keep complaining and keep living in worry and lack, or choose to just do it, to just go after your calling, your destiny, what you were made for, and put one foot in front of the other, even if it's scary, and choose to create the life that you want right now, autonomously separated from other people's opinions. Autonomous, which means it is not connected to worry and lack. Separated from worry, fear, and lack. And connect your actions to joy, happiness, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. If you ever read the Bible, you know that those are fruits of the Spirit. I'm not trying to make this a religious talk right here, but those things, when you operate from abundance and choose your life from that place and put aside worry, lack, fear, shame, guilt, you can create the life that you were made to live from this moment on, and your future will become clear, and you'll walk into your destiny following the path of your purpose. Grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.